That's something, too, that's really great about Nashville. Here's a piece of advice. When people ask how old you are, just tell them how old you are, man. For women it's a little different, I think, but as a guy, I was very scared of it coming from Los Angeles. I've lost gigs because of my age out there, which is really strange. I'm 28. It doesn't matter how old you are here. People don't care. It's just your age.
I think maybe it's a little different for girls.
I do think it's different. I think it's a lot different for girls. Actually, I've heard of meetings where girls have been in with the label, and the guy said, "How old are you?" And the label, the other person at the label, who's a woman, will say, "How are you going to ask her how old she is? Like, what does that matter?"
Yeah.
And I mean, when people ask me, I say it, but my first thought is,
"How old are you?"
What the heck does that matter? Do you like my songs? You know what I mean? Are you going to sign me? Okay, then. It doesn't matter if I'm 48. Tom Petty was almost 31 before he broke top 40. His first record came out when he was 29, I think. You can Wikipedia that. I can't lie. You can go and find how old I am. It's on the internet. It's on my MD. It's on my acting page, you know. But I don't care. I think it is different it's unfortunately different for women. And I think it's more in the acting world, it appears, if you look at the staggering amount of talent in actors that haven't been discovered.
Yeah.
Or Philip Seymour Hoffman. Nobody knew who he was until 4 years ago when he did Capote, and they're like, "Oh my God, he's amazing."
It's so sad because it's like things get better with time. You get better as an artist with time. Your voice gets better with time. Like, look at Faith Hill. She, or like Martina McBride. They're probably singing the best they ever have. Or like somebody like maybe Sheryl Crow, who, you're developing your art for 20 years, like, I wonder what kind of song I'm going to be able to write in 5 years, you know?
John Mayer, all those artists.
Yeah.
And something else that I love when I follow an artist, I've loved Dave Matthews for probably 15 years, which is crazy. Maybe a little less than that, 10 years. But it's so cool to see them develop. Or an artist like Kanye West.
Yeah, watch their whole career grow.
It's amazing. And what I don't like is where people kind of talk bad. Like, I've heard people talk about Kanye. Oh, his new stuff's not as good. He's got funky beats and stuff. And I've heard Kanye rebuttal where he goes,
It's different.
I'm growing. I'm changing. Like, what do you want? And I would say to anybody out there, looking in the camera, anybody out there who wants to do this, and you want to be the next Taylor Swift, or Miley Cyrus, whoever it is, you can do it yourself. And maybe that is the way for you, maybe it's not. Because what's brilliant about the industry now for independent artists is all the power has been taken away from the people who had the power. And it was only because the people who had the power didn't want to put it up on iTunes. And didn't want to. They fought Napster. Why do you fight that when it's obviously it's the wave that's sweeping the entire world? If you can't beat them, join them. And they fought Napster, and the RIAA starts suing college students for $300,000. Like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard of. If you want to do this, put a video of yourself on YouTube, and you never know. I have some friends in LA who have videos, chadmattandrob.com. I'll plug them. They're amazing. They have this video called Chad Hates Aliens that is absolutely hilarious. It's got 20 million views. 20 million views. And people are like, "Oh, that's your friend?" I'm like, "Well, yeah. I mean, he's my buddy, but that's what I'm saying. You just never know." And it's so cool. And then when that stuff starts happening, you don't have to send your demos out anymore because they're going to come find you. Or you don't even need to go tour because YouTube's going to send you checks for advertising on your page. Which is
you never know what's going to happen.
That's real. People make real money on advertising.
Let's do that.